time zone to everybody tuning in. Welcome back to another episode of The Scroll. Today is your intro to the pre Summer Game Fest super guide that we have starting next week. We report on all these game drop streams. It's so much, it's jam packed. And then we also, of course, got what are we playing and some industry news. But it's Frank Grouch, it's Lilac Boots, and we're here with all of the drops for you guys. So get your calendars ready. You're gonna need them. Boots, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Frank?
I'm all right. I'm okay.
All right. Yeah, so like Frank said, it's a jam-packed summer. We go through this every summer, but it's interesting because this summer, of all the showcases that we all know, there's actually two showcases that I'd never heard of before, and I'm excited for them. But Summer Game Fest technically started like a couple of days ago. I want to say Thursday. So this past May 21st, there was the 6-1 Indie Showcase, and like the title says, that showcase was mainly focused on indie games. There was about 61 games featured in about like an hour and a half. Just so also all you guys know, all of these showcases are all on YouTube or going to be on YouTube. So even if you missed, the actual time and date that it came on, you can just go back on YouTube and just look it up. So, no pressure. Also that same day, there was a Warhammer Skulls showcase. I actually saw a preview of this when I opened my Steam this morning. So it's basically the yearly celebration of all things Warhammer. They're celebrating their 10th edition this year, and that presentation had featured numerous reveals and updates for the multitude of announced Warhammer games in the pipeline. So
they have they have a 2D platformer coming to PlayStation. I am interested in.
Oh, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that.
And then this coming Wednesday on the 27th is the AG French Direct. It'll be at noon Eastern time. And like it says, these are mainly games that were either developed by people in France or French-speaking games. So they're going to include world premiere trailers, exclusive gameplay footage. Expect to see titles from publishers like Dear Villagers, Nacon, The Game Bakers, and Devolver Digital, among others. The games set to appear in this direct include Heave Ho 2, Fading Echo, Nocturnal 2, and Silent Planet: Elegy of a Dying World. So, enjoy that. The next day, Thursday, this was one of the new showcases that I thought was really interesting. It's called Thinky Direct. And this will be at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, this showcase is the first, for me anyway, because I'd never heard of it, but it's for people that enjoy puzzle games. So this Direct is specifically for puzzle games. It's their second annual broadcast. So it technically, the actual description is that it focuses squarely on cerebral and problem-solving games, which is how the event's organizers described it. So expect to see a batch of over 40 puzzle games, including world premieres, launch dates, and updates for known titles. I might just pop in on that day just to see what type of puzzle games. I'm not a puzzle game person, but I'm still interested just to see what type of games they have. So that same day, at 3 p.m. will be the Insider Gaming Showcase. So Insider Gaming Showcase is specifically for games that either are still in development or still in the concept phase. So these games aren't technically out yet. I mean, if you just want that sort of insider peek on what's being worked on, you can do that. That'll be about 3 p.m. They're supposed to feature about 55 games with about 12 world premieres. So, enjoy yourself with that. Also that same day at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time is the Indie Quest Showcase. So this is specifically for indie JRPGs. So if you love those, this is the showcase for you. So this year, expect to see over 30 trailers with guest appearances from popular creators sprinkled about. Um, okay, and then next week, next Monday, June 1st, will be the Midsummer Night's Scream showcase at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will not be watching because, just like the title alludes to, this is for people that like horror games. So I will not be watching this.
I will be checking it out.
If you love it, the horror, actually, or you can call it the Horror Game Awards, as some people call it, will present its summer showcase for new and exciting horror titles on the horizon. This will be over 2 hours, so it's a presentation promising a staggering 100 plus games, and half of them will have world premiere trailers. So if you're into the horror scene, don't miss it. It'll be June 1st, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The next day, on Tuesday, is the PlayStation State of Play. I don't think I really need to explain that further, but that will be happening at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On the following Thursday, June 4th, is the LAG Showcase, which stands for Latin American Game Showcase. That will be happening at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, and like the title says, this showcase is made for all developers from the Latin-speaking world, or like Latin-oriented video games. So if you want to support, that will be happening 5 p.m. that day. Later that day at 7 p.m. will be the Women-Led Game Showcase, which obviously is the annual celebration of majority women studios and creators, and they're supposed to be boasting about 5 world premieres and announcements for their games. So, that'll be cool. I might tune in for that. The next day, that Friday, June 5th, is the Accessibility Summer Showcase, which will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And like the title alludes to, these are for the games, for people that have, disabilities, or, you know, some type of motor function that is not, you know, the usual. I remember last year, some girl invented a controller that you can use with your feet, and you can basically, it's like a controller but for your feet, and you can, you know, play the games like, you know, like everyone else, but you're just using your feet instead of your hands, like if you have a problem with your hands, which I thought was really cool. So those games for that showcase are for people with like certain disabilities, so that was cool. Later that day, is the actual major Summer Game Fest, which will be 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, right after that, at 7 p.m., will be the Day of the Devs, which is, it's like the 6-1 Indie Showcase that just passed, but this is like the, Day of the Devs is like, probably like the most popular indie game showcase. So it's like Summer Game Fest, but for indie games, basically. And that'll be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Before I go any further, I just want to let you guys know I will be in LA on June 5th. I wanted to go to Summer Game Fest, but there were only 2 tickets left. They were like in the freaking nosebleed section, and I couldn't afford to go. But I will be there. I will be breathing the LA air, and I will be watching this because I will be my vacation. My vacation starts, and you know, I might be at some gaming cafes and stuff. I haven't decided yet. Me and my sister are gonna hang out. You know, this is our itinerary. You know, and just, yeah, I'm gonna be out there. This is gonna be great, and I'm just gonna have the time of my life. So yes. Saturday, June 6th, is the Southeast Asian Game Showcase, which is at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe this day has the most showcases, obviously because it's Saturday, so everyone's mainly available. And like the title shows, these will be all the games being developed by Southeast Asian developers or companies, so be sure to check that out to support them. Hour after that, at noon, will be the Wholesome Games Direct. Yay! This is the cozy games, people. If you really like cozy games, please be sure to tune in at noon. Next, after that, this was a new one for me. At 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Story Rich Showcase. And like the title alludes to, this is for games that are narrative focused, or, you know, pour all their energy into the plot of the game. So if you're really interested in that, that'll be happening at 1 p.m. After that, at 2 p.m. is the Green Game Showcase, and honestly, that is for games that focus on the environment. I believe the game that I love so much that focuses on the environment is called, one second, Terra Nil. So I'm hoping like there might be a Terra Nil sequel, or another update, another DLC, which is cool. Like the last one. The last one was kind of fire. No pun intended. After that is the Future Games Future Game Show Summer Showcase, which is at 3 p.m. And this is just a general, just showing more, more games that are being worked on but are not ready just yet. Happening at the same time is the Gaming Pride Parade, which is at 3 p.m. as well. And just like it says, the Gaming Pride, this is for all the games that are being developed by the LGBT community. So if you want to support them, be sure to tune in then. And then finally that day at 6 p.m. Is the Frosty Games Fest. And this is for all the developers who live in Australia and New Zealand. So you'll see their games happening then at that time. So that's Saturday. So Sunday, June 7th, is the Xbox Game Showcase. I don't think I really need to explain any further than that. It's also the Gears of War E-Day Direct, which is happening at 1 p.m. So if you like Gears of War, if you're a fan of Gears of War, that'll be happening at all of that's happening at 1 p.m.
Are they doing a remaster or something? Because I didn't know that was a thing.
I actually don't know. I think that's new for this year. I mean, they did do a Gears of War thing last year. Like, they did showcase, like, it was something about Gears I don't remember, but I guess they're just putting it as part of the title now, or maybe they're going to announce something. I honestly don't know. Because I was never a Gears of War person. But, yeah, if you're really into it, just, tune in on Sunday. And then later that same day at 3 p.m. is the PC Gaming Showcase. Obviously, these are the games being focused on, developed for the personal computer. And I can't wait because, that's how, I think the last time I watched it is when I saw that they had announced they were remaking Theme Hospital. And that's how we have all these freaking Theme Museum and Theme University and Theme, what'd you say?
Come on, the 2-point stuff?
Yeah, so that's how we have like all the theme games now. Okay. So I hope everybody tunes in. And then finally on June 12th is the Upload VR Showcase. That is a Tuesday, and that is happening at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then obviously, just like the title says, this is for people who are interested in VR or AR games. So that is the freaking showcase schedule for like the next 2 weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed. Did I say no? That is a Friday. Why did I say that is a Tuesday? That is a Friday. That 12th is a Friday. So make sure you tune in. So yeah, that's basically it for all the showcases. I'm really interested in the puzzle one because I'm not a big puzzle person, but just the fact that there is one is just, that's just fun. And it's their second annual one, so it means they did it last year and I didn't even know about it. But
I can already tell you I'm excited for the PlayStation State of Play.
Yes.
They're on my shit list right now because they raised the price of Plus, but that's neither here nor there. It's neither here nor there. But I'm excited for it because I might get to see some additional gameplay of Wolverine, even though technically I don't want to see it. I am still kind of curious of how it looks.
I heard they were going to show more.
Okay, well, good. I'm excited. That makes me happy. Like, I don't want. There's a lot of stuff they're going to remaster and remake. I don't want that. Like, I don't want you to do any remasters, remakes. I want new games, man. So, like, I'm looking forward to Wolverine. I'm looking forward to Grand Theft Auto 6. I know we're not going to see shit about it. We might get lucky and they may release something at the State of Play, but I doubt it. So.
Well, I will say this, because actually I forgot to put this in the notes. I will say this, but I heard that they finally announced, like, the actual date is coming out. I don't know if it's true, but the rumor is that it's supposed to be coming out November 19th. It's supposed to be, like, the date that they finally set for release. So, hopefully that is true, and everybody will be happy. I
believe it when my store updates for pre-order.
That's fair.
PlayStation.
That's very fair.
That's when I believe it. So when y'all listen, scroll listeners out there, when I see the little thing switch over and say Grand Theft Auto 6 is now available for pre-order, then I'll tell you the release date. I'm not relying on nothing else at this point because everybody else got the wrong information.
That's true.
So
that's very fair.
I'm also looking forward to Wholesome Games Direct because our friend Kittercat will be streaming that on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's right. She did it last year too, right?
Yes, she did.
All right. Yeah. So next, first, bit of industry news. Sony had just issued a staggering $765 million impairment loss on Bungie, leading to the sudden announcement that Bungie will completely end live support for Destiny 2 in June. So to be specific, the game is still going to remain online and playable, but the era of new expansions, seasons, and major content updates is officially over. This basically comes after like a couple of years of heavy restructuring and layoffs, proving that even the genre-defying giants aren't safe from the shifting economy, which, you know, I still think is kind of bull, but whatever.
The economy's only shifting because the higher-ups are greedy.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be this way.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to be this way. Y'all could pay people what you owe, and things will be fine.
Exactly.
But no, the shareholders. Won't somebody please think of the shareholders? I'll tell you what I think of the shareholders. Not on this podcast. But no, it's stupid. And it's unfair to the development team at Bungie, and it's unfair to fans of Destiny. But here we are. So,
yeah. I'm not a big Destiny person, but it does suck. And here's my opinion. I think companies are relying too hard on the live service shit, and we already went over this already. But I think they're relying too much on that and not making enough single player games. And it's stupid because if you look at the actual stats of how many people play live service games versus single player games is always more people doing that.
You'll have better luck pulling somebody into your live service if you focus on making a good single player experience first.
Exactly.
Because what ends up happening is if your single player experience is good enough, then people are going to be like, "Damn, I want more of this game. How can I get more of this game?" And now I'm interested in the live service nonsense because I want more. Like, what else can I get out of this? Like, what can you give me? Like Hitman is a good game. It started out as a tremendous single player experience. As it got better, it added the live service element because you could get more out of the game. Now you can compete against people online. You get updated contracts. It's simple shit inside the world that makes sense, but it's not like it's not over money grabbing. You know what I mean? Like, it's very easy to do the right thing, but companies are greedy. It's the goddamn shareholders.
What Frank said.
Yeah. Yeah, Helldivers is my current example. We all, player base enjoys the game. The concept of the game is fun. The developers have been tinkering and nerfing and buffing and re-nerfing and fixing things that don't need to be touched, and it's ruined the game experience to the point where they haven't even been fixing necessary bug fixes that people have been complaining about for months.
Right.
So, yeah.
Actually, I have a question for you. I don't know if you've played this game, but because they're essentially ending live support for Destiny 2, do you think, and you know, since Destiny 2 was like their big break of like a live service game, do you think they're gonna do the same thing for Marathon?
Since things move at an unnecessarily speedy pace, if Marathon was hype, and the looter shooter genre is a big deal. I think Marathon's got enough legs if the entire Destiny community shifts to it, or if enough of the Destiny community shifts over to it, and Bungie throws their full support behind it, I think it has enough legs. Will they do that? I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but it definitely has the legs to do so. Like, it's not like the game. Like, I'm not a big fan of looter shooters, but I like the way that Marathon works. I just don't like looter shooters. Like, I'm trying not to play a lot of shooter games recently because that's all that's out there. I'm just trying to get away from them. Like, I'm trying to cycle around them. I know that I do play some because they are, some of them are fun, but I try to get away from that. But it's not a big. I like Marathon. I enjoy the game. It's not. So I think they could do it if they put some energy behind it. But it depends on if they keep updating it and keep it fresh. Sure, it has plenty of legs because it's a live game, but you got to keep it fresh. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna play something else because it's stale now. I don't want to play this.
Right. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, yeah, so that was it for the, first part of our industry news. We'll be right back where we'll talk about, some more, industry money troubles and what we've been playing. We'll be right back. And we're back. Alright, so, more industry news. Ugh. Ubisoft, Lord have mercy. Ubisoft has just posted a record-shattering $1.4 billion operating loss for the fiscal year ending this past March. Now, the net bookings plummeted over 17%, down to $1.4 billion due to a, quote, softer release schedule, end quote, and delayed titles. The cost. They've cut about 1,200 jobs over the past year and canceled 7 unnamed projects to try and stabilize. Now, here's what's allegedly working. Live service back catalog games like Rainbow Six Siege, which peaked at 10 million monthly active users this past March, and The Division 2 are completely carrying the company right now. So, their plan is, what they're saying is they're calling this the, quote, low point, end quote, of a major internal transformation. They're pinning their short-term recovery hopes on the upcoming Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced remake, which is coming out on July 9th. Now,
ain't gonna help.
Here's my question for you, Frank.
I'm glad y'all got that coming, but y'all ain't gonna help. Y'all should have just y'all want money. Y'all should have been like, we're gonna make a Ubisoft Black Flag pirate game, but it's gonna be One Piece. And you know what you would have did? Made money.
They sure would have. Here's my question for you, Frank, even though you kind of sort of answered it already, but here's my question for you. Is a heavy pivot to live service and remakes going to save them, or are players feeling Ubisoft fatigue?
It's not even fatigue. It's live service fatigue. Like, everything is live service now. Everybody I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
Tired of it. Like, come on, man. I want to play. I don't want to have everything's got a battle pass, which means all of y'all want my time. And every time y'all got a battle pass, y'all got these, like, the XP rewards are shitty. Like, you give us a little bit of XP for playing for like 4 hours, and it's like, come on, man. I should at least get, like, if I play for 1 hour, I should at least level up 2 times in the battle pass. Yeah. And that should be the exponential growth going forward. 1 hour is 2 levels. That is a fair and reasonable amount of XP to be given to me from the amount of time I play your game.
Yeah.
There's nothing else you can tell me that makes any sense. Because it's just under enough. It's just low enough that it's like, okay, you're not overdoing it, but it's just high enough that even if I play for an hour, I get a little bit of progress and okay, I did something. Right. So it's like, cool. So like I shouldn't have to play for 4.5 hours to advance your fucking battle pass. This is 1 hour should be enough.
That's true.
That's it. Too many battle passes, too much live service, and a lot of the live service stuff that gets churned out is garbage. It's just regurgitated. It's just shitty costumes or lazy costumes.
Yeah.
Or like some piece of some weapon that could have just been in the game if you had just, like, sometimes they'll give you a live service weapon, and in my head, I'm like, you could have just made this a secret mission in the game, and I can go find it.
Yeah.
Remember when secret missions were in games, Boots? Where you had to go unlock shit?
Yeah.
And you didn't know that there was a fancy weapon somewhere?
Right.
Because everybody didn't find it yet? You had to, like, search around shit and, like, investigate?
Yep.
You got these massive open world games, and instead of putting shit in the massive open world, like a treasure hunt or something, don't do that, Ubisoft, because y'all would make it the worst treasure hunt ever. But ultimately, if y'all had like a second mission or a secret mission that I had to do to unlock said trinket, said random item, it would be way more fun than just leveling up the stupid battle pass to get to level 50 to unlock the Jade Amulet. No! Put the Jade Amulet behind a side mission somewhere. Write the game, man. Come on. It's not hard. It can't be that hard.
Yeah,
No,
I don't think. Yeah, you know what? I think it's just like you said before the commercial. Just is overall greed, because I think they're banking on the fact that they just want you to play that one game forever, and it's like, you know, people are just gonna get tired of playing the same shit again and again and again. It's like you said before we went on break. Like, you just how many fucking shooters do we need? Like, come on. Like, yeah, I think they're just banking on people like really loving the game and like wanting to play it forever, but they're forgetting the fact that you know, to your point prior to us going to commercial, we played the campaign first, and because we loved the campaign so much, that made us want to go back and say we want more and we want to play the multiplayer. But if you just shove the multiplayer at us, we don't have time to give a shit. Like, come on.
New Game Plus exists because people like your story.
Exactly.
Usually what happens, if the game is good, we'll be like, hey, can we get a New Game Plus? Which then that is your cue to be like, okay, release the live service and the roadmap for the end game content.
Yeah.
But don't give us the end game roadmap grind bullshit before we finish the game.
Right.
Because there's no point in doing that. I don't want to do all that. It's too much grindy nonsense. Like,
exactly.
make it, you know.
Ubisoft, you're extra petty for not putting New Game Plus with Valhalla. Like, of all the games that needed New Game Plus, it was that one. So I don't know why y'all are like, y'all just need to get it together.
That Star Wars game they just did, the one about the shooter or whatever.
Outlaws?
Yeah. It's currently on sale. The Super Mega Deluxe Edition is on sale for like 90% off if anybody wants it.
Wow.
Just letting y'all know because it's funny. It's on the PlayStation Store, so if you have PlayStation, it's on there. But I laughed at that. I was like, damn, this is the Super Mega Ultra Deluxe Edition for like 90% off. It's the same way I get all my Assassin's Creed games. I didn't think they would do that with Star Wars Outlaw. So.
Yeah. Alright, so that's it for the industry news. Now we're going to go on to talk about what we've been playing lately. Frank, you want to go first? I can go. I don't care.
You can go. I got a list.
Alright, yes. So, I'm going to start off with Windrose. So, last time I spoke about Windrose, I was saying that the game didn't really make any sense because I was still stuck on level 1, even though I did all the quests for level 1. So yeah, I don't know if it was me or if it's just the game or whatever, but I got annoyed. I just turned on mods and I was just like, all right, let me just start just fighting stuff with the mods on. And then, like, I finally leveled up. So I guess I just needed to fight more things. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I had stopped after a certain point because I had gotten to, like, one island where I allegedly, like, saved someone that was part of my crew, but it was, like, one person. And then I didn't see that person when I got back to, like, the original island that I got stranded on. And I was confused because I was just like, okay, well, what the fuck? What was supposed to be next or whatever? So, anyway, I'll get back to it. I still liked it. It's just not my main focus right now. But yeah, I'll get back to it. It's just, I still think that even though, yes, the game is still in early access, but y'all gotta do something about that leveling curve because that really just didn't make any sense to me. Next, I had went back to Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I'm glad I did because I was having a ball. So if you're the type of person that how can I explain this? If you're the type of person that, like, say if you're into, like, fantasy adventure stuff, like, Lord of the Rings and things like that, but you're tired of the chosen one trope, this is the game for you. Because the main character in this game is not automatically nice. You actually have to work to gain the skills in that game. Like, you're not automatically good with swordsmanship, you're not automatically good with archery, like none of that. Like, you really actually have to work towards getting those skills. And I will say with the game, I really do enjoy the plot. I think the plot is great. I will say, though, the intro is probably one of the longest intros I've ever played. Like, it had been months. It had been months since I played that game, and I went back and I was still in the intro. Like, I got to a certain point, and then they finally showed, like, the title screen, and I was like, what the fuck? I was playing the intro this entire time. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it was like, it had one of the longest intro sequences ever, but it's just, I will say that plot-wise, like, what you're watching, like, the cutscenes are not boring at all. There's a lot of action. But yeah, I feel like it's like one of those, like, fantasy type of games, where you're like not a knight, but like you end up trying to become a knight, and drama ensues and yada 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 and all of that, but the writing is really good. So if you enjoy those types of games, but you hate you hate those movies where, like, the person is the chosen one the entire time and they automatically know how to fight everybody, this is the perfect game for you, because you really gotta
so this is a Knight's Tale, is what you're telling me.
Pretty much, because you really gotta work to gain the skills. Like, you automatically don't have them. Like, you're not automatically, like, the most powerful knight or swordsman ever. Like, you really have to work to gain the swordsmanship skills and the archery skills. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So that was fun. And, finally, oh my god. So, since Friday, I have been playing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, and I'm so excited, because I've been waiting for this game for, like, months, ever since they announced it, and it's just, oh my god, it's just so much fun. I'm trying really hard not to spoil, the game, even though we've all seen, like, all the movies and the cartoons and blah 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 blah, but it's just so much fun. It's just, like, I can't even explain. It's like, what they did was that they basically took, well, at least so far, because I will say, it's not chronological, even though I'm about to say this. I'm in, like, the 90s era of Batman. So what they did was they took basically all the certain plot points from, like, each movie, and, like, smushed it all together and made this, like, wonderful gumbo of a plot. I don't know how to explain it. It's like when you're starting out as Batman, and then they get to the point where you just become Batman, and then it's like they take certain plot points from, like, different eras of Batman, and it just makes sense. Like, how he meets certain people, when he gets certain upgrades and all this other shit and whatever. Even Gotham changes, like, Gotham City changes once you get through certain eras. You can tell, like, just based off of, like, what movie or whatever that they're referencing. And it's just really so much fun. You get different Batmobiles from the different movies and stuff. The suits, obviously. Well, okay, I'll say one thing. How Two-Face becomes Two-Face is fucking funny. It's just really funny. So, like, basically what happens is, obviously, he's Harvey Dent first. But there's a running gag in the game, in the beginning of the game, where, like, and during, like, every incident, something happens where he always gets hit in that part of his face. So because he keeps getting hit in that part of his face, he just gets tight, and it just ends up, like, after he's in the hospital, he ends up becoming, like, Two-Face. It's like, fuck all of this. Just, So it's like, that running gag of, like, how he becomes Two-Face was, like, really funny. I just thought it was, like, hilarious. But yeah, the game is just really, really fun. I really just don't know how to explain it without, like, spoiling it more. But only thing I have left to say is, whoever those people that are upset that Commissioner Gordon is black, you can suck my whole dick. Whoever is mad that Batgirl is black, you can suck my whole dick. There you go. That's all I had to say. Oh, you can go ahead, Frank.
My bad, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that's fair. I like that you can swap Gordons. I think that's cool. Jeffrey Wright as one of them, and
Mhm.
I think J.K. Simmons is another one you can use. But I think that's pretty cool. You can swap Gordons. Uh, I'm probably going to add it to my list. But right now I have a big. I'm digging through my backlog again. I just recently got Hades 2, so I'm playing that. Very much enjoying that one. Pokemon Leaf Green, having a little bit of fun with that.
Oh, nice.
Just yeah, I'm not. It's cool. Like this is my first full ride truly into Pokemon, so I'm really kind of like taking
Oh,
my time with it.
yay.
Jedi Survivor, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the last EA game that they made for Star Wars, pretty goddamn good. If you don't have it, you should check it out. I really enjoy it. It's a great use of lightsaber fighting and force powers. Um, I was looking through my library, my PlayStation library, and they had Crysis available for free, so I downloaded that. And all you old school first person computer gamers know Crysis, the highly graphic intensive, unnecessarily generic shooter from back in the day. Cosmic Invasion, Marvel's beat 'em up, just got a little DLC with the Thing and Cyclops. So I got that. I've been beating people up with Thing and Cyclops. That's
Nice.
been fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see what else. I gotta finish Mouse PI. This week. I'm probably gonna do it today or tomorrow. And I still got Darwin's Paradox, and I'm back on Rivals because they added the Devil Dinosaur this season, and it's been pretty fun. So, yeah.
Right.
And I got James Bond comes out on Tuesday, and I pre-ordered it and it's downloaded. I'm so excited, I can't wait.
Oh yeah, let me know how that is because I was thinking about getting that too at some point.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to say. So, as much as I love Lego Batman, I actually have one critique about it. So, as you guys know, like the last episode, I explained the episode before that I had been playing like Spider-Man. That I'm playing Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, I don't know if this is just the new thing or if they copied it, but the combat in Lego Batman and like the type of enemies that you have is basically almost the same as like the Spider-Man games. So like when you have to counter and when you have to block like certain guns, how you dodge certain things is almost exactly the same. The types of enemies where, you know, some people have like fucking rocket launchers, some people just have guns. Then you got the big brute enemy, like that's exactly the same. Like it's damn near like a straight like copy and paste. The only thing is that they just change the type of enemies based on who you're facing. So like maybe some scumbags that work for Two-Face or some scumbags that work for the Joker and they have like clown paint on them, but the
crowbar is the baseball bat.
Yeah. So it's still the same. It's still the same type of enemies, and it's still the same exact almost combat. The only difference is, even down to the part where you're done with like all the enemies, and the last person that you hit goes into slow mo, is exactly the same.
Arkham did the direction for the fighting in the game.
Okay, so
the Arkham team was on the combat.
Okay, so that's why I wanted to make sure because like literally like it was almost like the exact same. Like I felt like I was not that I don't hate Spider-Man at all. Like I love that game, but it almost felt like damn near like to like
the Arkham team did the combat for Batman, Lego Batman, but Arkham and Spider-Man, the combat is damn near identical.
Yeah,
and it's not. And I mean, I can't really blame Insomniac because I mean, how else? Unfortunately, our Arkham combat system is a perfect superhero fighting system for guys like Batman, like Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Now, I will say, Insomniac, if y'all do the same combat system for Wolverine, you missed the point because he does not fight like Spider-Man. He does not fight like Batman.
Yeah,
he's a very different type of fighter. And I know this is going to sound really nerdy. But, like, yes, he does know hand-to-hand combat, but, like, he's 5'2" tall.
Yeah.
He fights low to the ground, and, like, he
hops up on
niggas. Like, he doesn't do acrobatic. He flip. Like, he can flip, but, like, that's not the point. Like, it's not his combat style. So
he's a literal Wolverine. Like, he'll just hop on top and start slicing you up.
Heavy, and he's heavy. Like, he's clunky, because he's got a adamantium skeleton. So, like, you know, keeping that in mind, I'm curious to see what they do with the combat.
Yeah. So, Yeah, that's the only thing that was just my critique, and I'm glad you explained that, because I like, maybe it's because I had just finished playing Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales. I was like, yo, why is this like almost exactly the same? But thank you for explaining that, because that was like my only critique of like the Lego Batman games. Not that, you know, it's bad, because the combat is great. I'm still, you know, fucking people up, which is wonderful. And, you know, the way, and obviously their final moves are obviously different, because Batman and Spider-Man are two different people. But you know, I just thought it was like so eerily similar. I was just like, oh my god, down to like the types of enemies. So yeah, that was my only thing.
It's nothing more than just Rocksteady doing the combat,
doing their thing. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, wonderful. Okay, so yeah, that wraps up this week's episode of The Scroll. Shout out to everybody that helped me this couple of weeks. Shout out to my school professor. Shout out to my sister who's helping me with my vacation. God bless her, because if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't even be going on vacation. Shout out to the Stoop. Shout out to all our listeners. Yeah. Anything you want to say left, Frank?
Thank you for listening in the faraway places from America. Thank you.
Yes, thanks so much. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.